So this is the Weston Backwoods, and it's I've had a really good time on this board. I really enjoy the style. I really enjoy how it was made, the base, the glide, everything. But check the detailed review above. It's a fun board, and oh wait, just to get into it, you can see just super directional. Lots of nose, you know, mellow tail there. And then you can kind of see this camber profile. It kind of goes back almost all the way to the tail, which is just kind of a nubbin. It just kind of transitions to flat towards the end, towards the tail, maybe a touch of early rise. And then you have, again, like, you know, after the inserts, it kind of starts to just slowly, mellowly transition up and give that nose a little bit of early rise. And there's bigger nose than tail. I think it's like, if I can remember correctly, I think it's like 10 mil or no, I think it's 20 mil of taper. So it's a good bit of taper, as you can see. The nose is much wider than the tail. You're looking at like, yeah, you're looking at about 20 mil of taper, or 18 or something like that, somewhere around there. Pretty decent. And you can see it's just got a nice bit of camber, not too much to be super aggressive and to kind of disrupt this rocker, but enough there for it to be floaty, but also to get you a little spring out of the turns. Getting into the widths here off the tail, this is the 57, and just kind of doing the width off the tail down to the, you know, the edge is about 26.5, and then about 25.6, maybe 25.7, and then off the nose here, you're kind of looking at like 26.8, maybe even close to 27. It's millimeters, man. I can't get it too perfect here, but it's about you know, 27.8 up at the top here. So you can figure that out with your boots. Don't ask me, please. I can't get that detailed. But here's something I wanted to kind of take a look at that I think is kind of important, is dealing with, you know, setback on board versus setback on side cut. Like, how far can you get back on this towards the tail, and, you know, how well does it do there? Well, setting it back all the way with traditional disc bindings here and here gets you at 22 wide, which is great for me lately, and a lot of riders. And the difference is between nose and tail, it's 6.5, or it's 6.5 difference from here to here and here to here. And the overall setback on board is 3.25 inches back. That's kind of, you know, on the good side of what we would call like a free ride board, you know, and it's got a little more taper than your average free ride board. That with the taper, the big nose, the setback on board, the early rise rocker in the nose, you've got really good directional float. And then you throw in this fast base, pardon me, it's like, got some water on it. It just came out of the car. It's not clean and pretty, sorry. But this is my first experience with Weston boards, and I have to say their bases are pretty impressive. They understand, you know, this is a very backcountry centric company, and if you ride a lot of powder, you find that you come out in awkward places, and you need as much glide as possible to maybe make it over a small hill before you can get out, or just go down a long flat path and you want to get as far as you can before you know, your board stops. I've just noticed now on like riding like 3 different Weston boards, 4, because I wrote a split with Mike and Mountain Weekly. I wrote the 10th Mountain Division, and I could just, that base just had amazing glide. It's kind of reminds me of like the Jones boards to the kind of glide they have. So all in all, great first experience with the Backwoods, and I think this is just a great board, and it's very recommendable.